So last week, we met King Herod, who found out from a magi that a new king was born in Bethlehem. Herod was so paranoid about losing his kingship that he murdered all boys under the age of 2 in Bethlehem. Now, if you're saying that that's a lot like what Pharaoh did to the Hebrews in Egypt, you'd be right. Fortunately, Mary, Joseph, and Jesus flee for refuge in Egypt, ironically enough. So why was Herod so paranoid about losing his kingship? Well, we have to look back at how he became king. He basically went to Rome and asked to become the ruler of Judea. And for some reason, the Senate granted his wish and gave him the title King of the Jews, which is pretty interesting considering that Jesus was given that same title on the cross. So now Herod has been given this title by Rome, but the problem is someone else is ruling in Judea. So Herod overthrew this guy, and then he spent the rest of his kingship fighting off people who tried to usurp his throne, including several of his own sons. So now Herod dies in 4 BC, and now it's safe for Jesus' family to return. And rather than returning to Bethlehem, they are instructed in a dream to go to Galilee. Now, why is that? Well, it's because when Herod died, he left his crown to his youngest son, Archelaus, but his 2 other brothers, Antipas and Philip, were jealous. So they went to Rome to complain, and Caesar Augustus treated them just like 3 kids fighting over a toy. He basically just split the region into 3. Now Archelaus ruled Judea and Samaria, which included the little town of Bethlehem, and he was brutal. He even killed 3,000 Jewish pilgrims during the Passover just in his first year. But in the north, in Galilee, Antipas was the ruler, and he was a much better leader. Now, he later beheaded John the Baptist, and even later mocked Jesus on trial. So we can't give him too much credit, but it is safe to say that Galilee was definitely a much better place to live in than Bethlehem. Besides, Mary and Joseph grew up in Galilee, so it all worked out. So there you go. There is a small snippet of King Herod and his dynasty, and that's enough for our historical minute.